8th try. Hey guys and welcome back to another What If It. Today we're doing part 2 to what if Naruto was reborn in DxD as a female Kitsune. If you want to know what happened in the last part, then I'll be link in the description down below, which will take you to a playlist where you can watch the previous part and then have a future part that gets added into this series. And with that out of the way, let's get into this. So he would sort of roll around for Shiore and Lilith, as they would wake up and sort of stretch, and would then sort of transform into back into their sort of human forms, and would kind of sort of do their morning routine, get dressed and that. And yeah, though sort of doing breakfast, Lilith would somewhat mention to Shiore about somewhat devil's peerages and somewhat how they come from work, how somewhat one or at least one joins one and that. And yeah, and also that she, or at least she somewhat herself, a nine-tailed Kitsune, actually possesses the somewhat or at least a somewhat kind of discover a somewhat unique skill on how to actually or at least how to take out the somewhat piece that sort of joins you to a peerage. So you could remove some of that piece to it. So it would be somewhat surprised, but though it still could potentially sort of make sense after all. She was in, nine-tailed Kitsune. Sure, herself was only a sort of 3 tails. And though should someone also, or at least want to tell her to, or at least somewhat that, because if she, joins straight away that, if she discovers, something about her or that she doesn't, sort of like or finds, like bad enough that she points out, she obviously can't just come to me. So it's not those should sort of say that she would sort of not initially, sort of accept, and that, she'd sort of tell her this and that. She would also sort of, only join her after, getting to sort of know her to sort of, a degree in which she'd sort of feel, sort of safe enough that she knew enough about her to not, to feel safe. And she'd sort of nod and tell that was a good idea. And and that sort of after, because sort of though, so it'd state that after that she'd sort of come back and sort of after, because it'd be after school doing when the clubs would sort of be up and that. Like she would sort of come back and they could sort of move stuff over to the sort of new home. And so the sort of day would be generally like any other, besides somewhat the teacher saying that they had a new student, student Asia Argento, to which he say sort of known from that morning, sort of being surprised as that Asia would be joining the school and his class. And though of course at the end of the day when the school were done and the things would start, the clubs would start. Naruto, Asia, not Naruto, Shiore, aka Naruto. So Shiore, Asia, Janto, and Issei would sort of head off to the old school building to the Occult Research Club, aka the somewhat club in which was Reese's peerage. And so though entering that, they were, and after everyone, and after a minute or so, once everyone would sort of be there, Reese should start explaining what a devil's peerage sort of was and that. And so she could state that she could say she was sort of already knew this and that, which she sort of did. She also somewhat kind of believed that Lilith may not know everything about a devil, or someone being a part of a some peerage or a devil, a devil's some peerage, and so listened, and she'd just to explain how, normal pages and sort how, they use sort now the like Rammy family treats that page like a family, and those should sort of course ask a few questions to it, so she'd either sort of give out a bit of information before stating that she would tell her more when she gains her trust, and or straight up that I can't tell you that until sort I can trust you more. Though sort of up until of course a question of what somewhat faction she's from, to it should state human, and sort of technically she was sort of right to say subspecies of sort of human, or sort though, because devils were their own sort of race, and that same with angel and fallen angel, they are their sort of own sort of races, and that eventually kind of sort of bred with a, well, not really sort of angels, humankind was made in sort of God's look apparently, or something like that, and anyway, so those sort of devils, sort of one but potentially say something with a human, giving them a more human look, and though devils are still their own sort of species, and while sort of Kitsune and / Nekomata would be under the human species, a subspecies of human, as they aren't devil, they're somewhat their own kind of species, aren't humanoid, and a lot more humanoid than sort of a devil or that, somewhat. Anyway, so though the only sort of person who would know of course somewhat Shiroi's actual race was Kaneka, so you can sort of smell that Shiro was a fox, because smell the sense of a sort of fox / Kitsune. Those who were staying quiet mainly because of sort been last part, last night when they had someone initially met, so I had someone warned her that if, someone quietly to her that if she told anyone that what she truly was, she would be killed. And though she could somewhat she somewhat understood it was personal, and though sort of Issei would kind of finally sort of come blow up asking what, you don't trust her, and would go, well, isn't that obvious? Of course I don't trust her, Issei. Why the heck would I trust her? Give me a reason for me to trust her. And Issei would stumble on his words, not being able to actually give a reason why. She'd go, see, so you can trust her because you're being a part of a page for some time, so you somewhat know. So you somewhat actually know her. I don't. I don't know nothing about her. The only thing I know is that she's a devil and that she goes to this sort of school. I don't know anything else about her. Heck, for that used, she could be an imposter. She could, be completely somebody else. And those some reasons that was impossible for somebody to sort of look like her and should go and sort of should state that there are abilities out there that she that could allow one person to look like another, and that only really close people would sort of be able to notice, but also those people could also be thrown off by being so close. It was a positive / negative. Only those who are somewhat not necessarily close, but also those who could really look at someone and really somewhat notice the minute things that were different, could really somewhat know. And yeah, I should be somewhat thinking, back on kind of how somewhat Suna and how Orochimaru had managed to impersonate the Kazekage, the fourth Kazekage, and pretty much, have Sand go, somewhat into a, or at least somewhat, and I got him to ally with, his own village, Sound, and then attack Konoha. And yeah, which of course only after Konoha, someone, beating the both of them, did Suna actually, find out that, the, Orochimaru had impersonated. So like that. So that was what Nato was, Nato was thinking of when she said that. And yeah. Though, issued not only just, and yeah. Though she would also say that if someone mentions it constantly, about joining her peerage or that, joining some group, then she won't join at all, and is more likely to attack than anything. To which she could nod, obviously, constantly asking, would be annoying. Though she would ask what would consider as someone, being annoying, to which she'd state, every damn week, if not every month. Maybe once every, maybe someone once every, 2 months, just to kind of remind me, maybe, but, yeah. No, should someone not at that, and yeah, and so because someone they should pass as so like Issei and Asia would go, would try and get their familiars, or more so Asia would manage, to try and get her familiar, the dragon thing, dragon, and yeah. Though of course, when of course research someone mentioned about familiars and that, though of course even though somewhat he said kind of stated that he did, want to somewhat see Kiba somewhat familiar, somewhat sure-edged whacked somewhat he said over the head and somewhat told them that he was being somewhat mean, and that somewhat BS may not bring may not take him to get to get familiar if he keeps somewhat this up. To which he'd immediately somewhat pale and would somewhat apologise. And yeah, though he would somewhat summon show his familiar somewhat off as well. And yeah, right, though, of course, though, it's like that, very moment, of course, the side, or at least, last night, of course, he wasn't exactly too pleased as somewhat last night, of course, what's her name, it's his brother's wife, who's also his peerage's queen, and a maid. Someone was, sent to obviously make sure Reese didn't do anything stupid, and of course she, tried to lose her virginity to Issei, which of course didn't work as she'd arrive. And yeah, so, well, yeah. Anyway, though, of course, Reese would, to try and get, the peerage and that, to which Queen would also ask somewhat if that included somewhat Shiroe, to which she'd somewhat nod as well, as somewhat unknown to parents. Over an example, her Shiroe did know about her somewhat her actual kind of predicament with being engaged to a pretty much, well, as much sure I put an arsehole, a narrow-minded jackass who someone wanted nothing but to pretty much, have like a giant ass having for no seemingly sort of reason or that. And yeah. Though so much she didn't even sort of know how. It was just one day, they were kind of out, just having, just enjoying the company of one another, when she just ended up just saying it. She didn't know why, but she just somewhat almost felt an odd feeling of just being somewhat like kind of safe, drawn in. And just somewhat and so when of course somewhat after she told her that, she wasn't really expecting much, but to her surprise, she had stated, well, if a day comes, if I'm already, joined into your marriage, no worry, I'll beat that jackass, some black and blue, if not kill him. For you. But if I'm not part of your peerage, then as long as I know enough about you, then I may end up joining and very much helping you out. Though if I don't necessarily have to join your peerage to help out, then I may take that route as well. To which really should state that those props you probably would, as it would end up being a raiding, one of those two words, game, to which it explained what that was, and to which so it's like, well, that kind of sounds somewhat fun, not the situation that game would end up being around, but the idea that you could just go all out and not have to worry about killing someone was somewhat kind of fun. It's like in a somewhat way, to be able to go all out and challenge strong people and that. And that, and also of course Kaneko herself also got to also know Shura as well, as Shura was the only other really subspecies of human, though, and being the only species to which we know of currently in DxD that can use yokai. And so as pretty much, there were Rears, which was a devil. The rest were human, half human, half devils. Besides Rears' queen, which is ironically a fallen angel, so half fallen angel, half devil. So so she was, having another kind of animal, sub-animal species, like human. Some subspecies of human being animal, and then in there, the humanoid animal species, and so she kind of got to know got to know Shiore, and also somewhat Rias also felt or at least a much more, or at least somewhat kind of closer, about somewhat kind of unknown kind of closeness. I mean, as the way she occasionally acts and that, almost similarly, for whatever reason, brought her kind of feeling of being closer. That, and she also ended up explaining to or at least now, to how she ended up joining, or at least being less joining and more being a part of Rears' peerage. And to which those like yeah, to which someone should I would nod, and to be honest, sure, herself, I didn't really thought about much about Senjutsu. Actually, wait, no, would she even know about Senjutsu? Oh no. Sorry, but I've got several different wives going through my mind, so yeah. Anyway, also another thing that Shiore and Kaneko would bond over was kind of Senjutsu, after explaining that her sister had kind of gone, out, control of, Senjutsu and that. And yeah, though hearing the kind of how, good it was and that, she kind of asked if she could, if she could teach her that, to which she'd be hesitant, to which kind of go, she'd go, oh, well, right, so sorry, though, she'd shake her head, and she'd say that it was kind of dangerous, and though she'd just simply crack her knuckles and go, hey, I can beat you black and blue if you ever dare, lose control, and that, and yeah, and somewhat felt comforting to hear that. And while she knew, I'm sure it was a Kitsune, she didn't know, because if she was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9 tailed Kitsune, but she knew sure it was a Kitsune, and well, yeah, so she would slowly start, though she would say that she could use it, and yeah, though and as she'd kind of teach try it, they'd both kind of do similarly kind of a mad, and they sit down, and get into a kind of mandatory. I know the word, I just can't say it. Meditated state. Meditation. And yeah, though as she would finally start being able to kind of pull in Senjutsu, of course she'd get really excited, which with Senjutsu would blow it out of the water, through the entire roof, well, more so into space. And I did it, and would lose them and go, damn it. And yeah, so with that kind of somewhat Kaneko would also feel it, and she could also feel anytime she used her fear get drastically worse, and she'd realised that using Senjutsu made your emotions a lot more extreme. So as they as they did it more and more and more, trained in it and more pretty much daily, that they that she started, both of them could start to feel the true calmness of Senjutsu. And yeah, to which someone realised that maybe her sister never truly lost control, and was just was just being in an angered state while I was using Senjutsu, just made her completely lose her shit. And yeah, which also meant that her sister was still very much good. And yeah, so she's somewhat started to hold out. She's starting to maybe get a slight hope that, her sister was actually kind of somewhat good, which would, and yeah, though she'd be somewhat a bit unsure, and yeah, anyway, back to somewhat where we are. Though everyone would kind of arrive, and as though sure would maintain go to Venus, and would kind of whisper into her if it was him. To which she'd somewhat barely nod, just barely move her head, forward backwards. And yeah, though it'd be enough for Shure would, of course, someone would noticed. And yeah, though someone Reese would quietly say only to which Kaneko would someone be able to hear, just don't do something, anything, don't, do anything to someone, provoke him. So I won't. But, oh yeah. But if he tries to provoke us, I'm more than willing to beat the fuck out of him right here, right now. And yeah. And so of course from there, what's her name? Grayfierce? Grayfierce? Yeah. Yeah, Lucifer's wife, which is also his peerage's queen and maid. Come and as they would all tell them they would all, get behind the somewhat kind of sofa to which Reese would, sit down, somewhat in front of a peerage. Somewhat though Grayfish would sort of be confused and kind of, sort of surprised she managed to get 3 more, peerages to which, though somewhat single, glanced, though I sort of look at Reese, and they'd have a kind of quick and silent conversation saying that she actually only had 2 and that the 3rd one was more of a very close friend and potential peerage member, and that they were working on building up enough trust for her to join. Yeah, Grayfish was someone just nod, and though from there she'd somewhat would about to start when the someone jackass would come. Yeah, so Razor Riser Razor Phoenix. When someone would come, and of course that was the someone hit of the fire, most would someone feeling just though someone sure for herself wouldn't somewhat flinch at all, wouldn't even bother. Though someone buzzed, those like said of course some the overall something would somewhat I would generally go somewhat like in kind of up until the point of where somewhat East, or at least the person from Rises somewhat peerage would try and attack somewhat Issei, to which before, or at least she could even before the person could somewhat get there to attack somewhat Issei, somewhat she would somewhat be there and would simply just kind of somewhat just be kind of holding it like it was just like the easiest somewhat easiest thing to do. And they'd all kind of be somewhat surprised. Well, we have somewhat though somewhat what's the name? Kaneko somewhat wouldn't be actually presumed, from though Kaneko and Kiba would be the only 2 not that surprised. She was fast after all when she'd sort of initially helped them out. She was fast. So anyway, though shouldn't be something surprised of her sheer speed. And though when something like trying would go let go, and should go, oh well, if you insist. Someone just kind of let go, I should someone be yanking backwards, which would cause her to stumble back and trip over a foot or that, and would fall to the ground. And though she'd someone get back up and would someone to try and attack her again, though Greyfear would somewhat stop her with a glare. And yeah, though, and sort of after a bit of, stand talking and that, they would, Riser's somewhat, group would end up leaving. And yeah, and of course, went from there. At least I went to the point, though she'd sort of end up, of course, though, and once, though, and after somewhat seemingly everyone would sort of leave, Greyfear would sort of leave, and Rhys would sort of sigh, though, so would somewhat, kind of come from these sort of shadows, and would go, though sort of Rhys would sort of, wouldn't even bother and go, well, what's your somewhat decision, to somewhat, sure, it should go well, so much team, they need training, not just Issei. It'd be stupid to focus all your efforts on Issei, they all need training. And yeah, so it's not at that, and not only they, but you do. Yeah, not just something like the energy you use or whatever you call it, but also physically. Sort as well. You have to be physically strong. Being smart is, there's only so far intelligence can take you before you become the weakest link. You may be smart, but if you don't have the ability, the somewhat strength to get yourself out of a situation, then, that, and there's always a chance that someone can come up with something to disable your magical abilities, and, you'd be screwed. Yeah, she'd somewhat nod, and she'd go, so, and she'd let us out and go, well, so I did hope to kind of stay free for a lot longer. Fine. But you do know that, somewhat the thing we agreed on, that I would still remain a form of freedom, well, a lot more free than what Issei and what Asia potentially went through. She'd nod. So that in others meant that pretty much or at least somewhat up until sure really felt like really somewhat kind of comfortable and sort of knew her very well. Would she be willing to truly sort of help out in more mundane things, but when it came to like the requirement of strength and that, and or rain game battle and that, or protecting the freaking Kuro town, then should be sort of right up there, practically leading the charge. And yeah, and so sort of Rhys would sort of hand her over sort of rook, as it was clear she really did need speed, so she would give her sort of the rook, which explained what all the pieces sort of boost, and actually would state about her sort of other bishop, sort of Gasper, who was a somewhat vampire who had the ability to sort of control somewhat time, and that he wasn't exactly good with using his ability, so he was currently a bit in the way, locked up. And yeah, though she'd sort of nod, and yeah, they should ask, or at least somewhat, why don't you use them as well, sort of, as well, to which she'd state that his powers is like he can't pretty much control them, is almost down to, sort of emotions. And that, and he's also kind of chronically shy. So it should go, okay, yeah, that would require a lot more time. And yeah, and so somewhat from there, Rhys would hand somewhat, the rook piece, to which she'd be surprised as a light would emanate from inside of it before engulfing it, and once it died down, she'd be somewhat shocked. And yeah, she would kind of be confused and go, huh, what happened? She'd go, the piece mutated. And yeah, and she'd state that the only other person to have a mutated piece was Gasper, who had a mutated bishop piece. Those two sort of nod, and those state that the ritual was pretty much, well, yeah, the thing was the same, and yeah, those sort of points it was done. She'd state that it didn't feel any different, and yeah, she'd sort of nod, and yeah, those should sort of ask what no sort of race is from, or sort of faction / race is from, to which she'd state that if need be, she will, well, let's say in more show during the sort of raiding game, Rias would just somewhat nod. Though you underestimating him, I'm not. But I can only somewhat estimate, so far. So, in a way, yes, I am. I could say I need to go all out, but that would be overestimating, and it's better for me to perceive as an well, the sort of ones I'm also kind of overestimating him. I'm also somewhat also going to keep my abilities overall somewhat secret. And yeah, anyway, so the next day they'd all go like some training trip, which was a week long, I think. Yeah, I believe it was somewhat a week where they sort of trained, and of course doing that week as well. Somewhat doing, or at least somewhat whilst in the morning and sort of evening they were doing more sort of physical training, and that doing more of the sort of night ones, like after dinner, and that they would go back out again and would practice somewhat. I'm sure, and Kaneko would somewhat practice that, or somewhat practice the drawing in sort of nature energy, senjutsu. And yeah, though sadly by the sort of end of the week they still wouldn't, like both were definitely in a state in which it would be a lot more usable, but still wouldn't be advised to. And yeah, anyway, though, yeah, so the somewhat fight, or at least, though, for the sort of most part, Naruto would, not Naruto, I'm sure he'd be able to, somewhat decently deal with, somewhat with them and that, up till the somewhat point in where it, somewhat got to where she ended up having to, when she actually ended up fighting, going up against, somewhat Rise of Phoenix himself, and yeah, of course, somewhat Issei would, somewhat be there, but also, so did those and the others, though, of course, the somewhat others would then getting beaten and that, and, slowly somewhat being beaten to the point it would be somewhat just kind of Rias, Issei and Shirai sort of itself, and yeah, the others would sort of look on, kind of hoping that they those three could do it, and before long, so you'd end up seeing Rias would sort of end up witnessing as Issei would end up getting sort of out, and she'd all her hope pretty much was almost sort of lost. And yeah, and well, yeah, though, because so sure I knew that it was either now and never, and that well, to be honest, that the only real skill so much she had was really the ability to produce a shadow clone, and only 10 of them. Yeah, it's just, she kind of kept that, quite hidden. After all, 12 episodes on replacement, transformation, she really couldn't do much else. And yeah, she wouldn't know what was saying on that, as she did somewhat in her previous life as Naruto. She did end up dying at 12 / somewhat 13, pretty sure 12, somewhat, though depending on the tuning exams, and more so that the month between tuning exams when tried to somewhat push Naruto off the edge. Pretty much Naruto did manage to summon up Bunta and had ended up dying. So yeah, I think I said that in the first part, I'm not sure, but I'm saying it here. Yeah, so stuff like Rasengan, and that was unknown to her. And yeah, so those who don't put a hand on those on Rias and would go, hey, I'm still here, but no, you're only one person, so you're only one person, but I can be one, or a few thousand people. Should be some confusion about the transformation one. I'm not on about that, just watch. I just should go shoot someone, as though someone really would go, oh, are you going to finally take me serious? And should go, I've always been taking you somewhat serious, though I just begrudgingly didn't want to use a technique of mine, but I guess I'm going to have to. And someone just scoff, that technique won't help you. It may not. It may very much help me. So we'll just have to see now, won't we? Multi-Shadow Jutsu, so somewhat, I'd say Riz would be kind of confused in that. Though Kaneko would sort of know it as, well, somewhat as, well, yeah, though as a somewhat kind of form of somewhat payment, even though Kaneko didn't necessarily want anything. Sure, I taught kind of Kaneko how to make a shadow clone of herself, and these sort of, and yeah, that though she somewhat knew that sure could make, though sure I had hinted that she could make a lot more than one, well, a lot more than, a lot more than what anyone would think of, and heck, the toll on her somewhat own body when she made one was somewhat enough to, tell her that making more than maybe 2 or, Kaneko could do about maybe 10, 15. Yeah, though I'm sure I was hinting that she could do well and truly beyond that, and yeah, and she'd sort of be surprised, as though they'd sort of all be kind of, surprised to something about, what the sort of, point, or at least that's someone, in Kitsune, as Kitsune could obviously, utilise illusions, and what's the point of that, and yeah, though, and they all would end up, someone revealing their sort of isn't tail. She wouldn't reveal sort of 3 tails, as each tail allowed her access to more of a sort of strength and speed. In a sort of way, it was like a kind of limiter. So the more tails she revealed, the higher that limiter, became. And yeah, those these would be, surprised that, somewhat a page member and heck, a somewhat close friend was a Kitsune. And yeah, though, and this is no illusion now, somewhat illusion. I can assure you that, as they would kind of sort of pat one another as they go, now then, can you take on 1,000? as they would all somewhat charge, and he'd say that mortal and that it won't do anything, and well, the somewhat strength and the somewhat up in speed and strength was definitely somewhat definitely kind of somewhat showed, as he'd be flung around practically like a ball. And though he did also manage to somewhat end up defeating all the somewhat shadow clones as they just dispersed in a single hit. And though they did definitely leave their mark. And you'd somewhat kind of glad her and go, "Is that all you've got?" Just go, "No, there's a lot more where that came from." As somewhat sued, somewhat close your somewhat eyes as a somewhat you simply use somewhat magical circular somewhat form, and though they would somewhat notice it was a more a Kitsune sort one, which meant that she was more digging into sort of abilities, and of course somewhat though she'd end up sort of making, or at least she'd end up those sort of form, or at least in her mind sort of fires. Well, because they'd somewhat learn, that Kitsune, tend to be, somewhat aligned with kind of sort of fire, or at least fire. She was more aligned with seemingly, or at least somewhat winter, so ice and that, but she could, do all of them, and after all, there was no limit. Though having a stronger with somewhat, affinity for more ice, she decided to see, or at least someone, kind of truly learn what, fire somewhat was, and as a result, kind of accidentally kind of ended up being able, or at least sort of making a kind of being able to make sort of bombs and that, as the sort of research had went into what fire was and that, and after experimenting with creating custom things and that, she eventually just ended up realizing that she could do it was more tied into her sort of imagination. So and eventually, one of her imaginations ended up leading to a somewhat explosion, and she was wondering if it would be useful as somewhat just a explosive, or if she could potentially channel that. So similarly, a sort of severe would sort of form a ball as similarly stuff would as though it'd be kind of translucent, other things would somewhat form in there. Yes, and the others would be sort of confused, and though then similarly wind would sort of pick up as it similarly seems to sort of go around its channel, similarly something like that, and a similarly somewhat final that a similarly sort of one way kind of way that you can only expand forward, and of course that explosion would go straight forward. Though it somewhat scoff, it couldn't, it wouldn't do anything up until it would just be a somewhat single somewhat detonation, as it would just explosive force would just shoot outwards, the sheer sort of pressure, and that which the only thing the somewhat next thing they sort of knew was similarly somewhat Rice Phoenix's body just being vaporized. Though of course not being Phoenix and that, it would end up being, or at least a good chunk of his body was just vaporized. His lower half wasn't, and while a few seconds later, or a second or so later, and it started to reform. Though it initially goes somewhat fast, but it starts slowing down, and almost somewhat similarly rapidly by the time it finished the somewhat had arms and that, it was somewhat slow, to which it end up just making another just something like 500 in curiosity, and yeah. And she'd end up whispering to sort of Reese that his healing was slowing down. He was reaching the edge of his stamina. And yeah, though she'd sort of stand, though she's sort of curious, Reese, someone was obviously at her edge of her stamina, though was sort of recovering. And yet where was she always stamina, how much stamina did she have, kind of some type deal. Then again, she was a Kitsune, so yeah. And seemingly one who had been seemingly trained for battle. And and though again, though as the fight would continue, eventually he'd just they'd fight would keep on going and going, though she'd end up doing another kind of explosion, though small and more kind of focused, and it'd vaporize his arm, and it'd get out because it would return, but it was taken out of him, that, and he was his mind was at the breaking point pretty much. And though, and as it reformed, she'd end up, or at least Reese would end up appearing seemingly out of nowhere and sending him across a good 150, 200 meters away before impacting the ground. And what had happened was that Shoei had grabbed onto Reese and told her, you better have it, but you better be ready, because you're gonna get to him real quick. And 1 second, one moment she was she had Shoei's hand wrapped around her, and the next she was she was 3/4 of the way there. And so that'd be the tipping point. And it'd be it'd end up losing, and so it'd end up though, and so Reese would end up winning, and so the marriage would of course be called off. And that, and she was pretty much single, she wasn't engaged no more. And and with that, I'm going to end this part here, guys. So if you have enjoyed this part, do say. And guys, hope you guys have enjoyed this part. And hope you guys and gals have a good day and night, depending on wherever you sound, whenever you should watch this. And a good bye.